day to day.
Right.
Some stuff I see and I just gotta keep on scrolling.
You
It just
got
be
to.
like, oh my goodness, again. Like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
And it's a fine line too between overconsumption and just being completely naive to what's going
Mhm.
on in the world. So I'd be like, I don't want to be completely closed off to world events, but also this is very depressing.
It's a lot.
It's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. Are you afraid for your baby girl in her
I'm
future?
not.
Mhm. Come on now.
That's
Come on now. Yeah. Come on now. Tell them again.
I'm not. I mean, I I worry about the world itself. I
Mhm.
do. But I have a lot of confidence in the God that I serve, and I also have a lot of confidence in the relationship that we have and our
Mhm.
communication that we
Mhm.
have, and the things that I'm putting into her
Come on
mind and
now.
into her spirit
Yep.
about how to navigate through a world like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So I'm very confident. I'm excited to see her
Mhm. Mhm.
develop and
Yep.
who
Yep.
she becomes. And
That's why I always say, it's like, I ain't worried about it. Like, it's my son.
nah, that's my baby.
Yeah, my
She that
boy,
grow.
decent. Yeah.
She very much that grow. On her
Yeah.
worst day, she that grow.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure. For sure. No, and I think, okay, I love that. Because how did you gain that confidence as a parent like that?
Hmm, that's a very good question.
Hmm.
Um, I think the more the more connected I get into my spirituality and building a relationship with God, and we spend a lot of time together
Yeah.
too, me being a single parent.
Yeah.
And so I just I don't know, maybe it's just the amount of time that we've spent together over the years
Yeah.
and the complicated conversations that we have with one another, and me just noticing that she isn't afraid to ask me questions
Yeah.
about certain things
Hmm.
or to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And know that even if you did something wrong, you can still tell me the truth
Yeah.
and we'll unpack it from there.
Yeah.
So just little nuggets throughout the day and over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that'll do it. The kids actually validate that. That's what my son does
Mm-hmm.
for me. Even this morning, he was like, and he never does this anymore, and it made me so happy. He was like, "Dad, can I have a hug?" I was like, "You damn right, you can have
You
a hug.
know,
You better
absolutely.
come here,
Come
give
here.
me a hug.
Come here.
You for sure can have a hug." So it's just like, that because I never wanted to hug my daddy. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
that kind of is like my
Oh, I
validation.
feel that. I
Yeah.
feel that. And you know what? Maybe that's the answer to your question. How did I build that confidence?
Mhm.
Or even acknowledging that that confidence was there because I didn't really know it was there until you asked me the question.
Yeah.
But when I was her age, I mean, me and my mom never had a bad or poor relationship,
Mhm.
but I also never really thought about coming to her about certain thoughts that I had or
Yeah.
certain questions that I had.
Mhm.
They were just always reserved for my friendships
Yeah.
or for older kids that I thought knew more than I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was never like, I'm finna ask my mama because y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Mhm.
And mama, they said this. Is this right? Because I don't know if that's right.
Mhm.
Like never really got to a point where I felt that comfortable.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you the mama, I'm the kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so different. They raise us so different than you know, how we raise ours now.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I think, there was a level, which me and my mom, we was cool, like
Mm-hmm.
always. That's why I'm comfortable like taking care of her now. Like mine, we was like overly cool. We was really kind of like friends sometimes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
but it still was this level of like you run things.
Uh-huh.
And,
Uh-huh.
I think now I just always lead with love with my baby. And I think I'm most proud of myself for that.
Leading with
Yeah.
love.
But sometimes I battle with him, like, am I making him soft?
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I battle with that. Um, so you you born and raised in Memphis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So coming out of that area, that is a much different environment to grow up in. So you have to kind of, you know, That's why I
Yeah.
say our mamas, because I feel like it's probably that same type of dynamic. Women that I grew up around or with were like more aggressive,
Mhm.
and more kind of, I don't want to say like men, but that's the only way I could put it, like men.
And my mommy wasn't like really aggressive or
Mm,
like she didn't yell or curse at me
mm.
or any of us or anything like that. She didn't give you can play with me like this.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, for
saying?
sure, for
And
sure.
maybe at some point I could have asked her
Mm,
certain questions that I had or
mm,
come with certain concerns. But I do like vividly remember I was in the 4th grade. No, I was in the 7th grade because I was in middle school. And I asked a question about something. And it was like something around boys. And whatever I asked her, sent her over the edge, baby. I don't even think I got an answer. I got a whole speech
mhm.
just about boys. And from there on out, no, I take it back. It might not have been 7th grade, but it was somewhere within those like 5th, 6th, 7th grade years. Cause I remember the house that I was living in and I remember the room we were in when we had the conversation. But it was just something about the weight that I left with
Yeah.
after trying to have that conversation. I think subconsciously I was like, yeah, I ain't doing
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
that.
Yeah.
Doing that no more.
Yeah. Yeah. That's me too though. Like
And maybe I should have tried again,
yeah.
or maybe I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I have to
Who knows?
I have to check myself a lot because it's different. The roles are switched. His mother is like more like a she's like more of like the stern one,
Mhm.
like the one that he don't
That's
need.
the one
Yeah.
you scared of. Like, man, I ain't finna. You can tell her I'm not telling her.
Yeah. Oh no, he forgets like his biggest thing because he kind of like me. He has a mindset like me. Is like a million things go through his mind. So
Mhm.
sometimes he forget a lot of stuff, and that's me. I can be looking
Mhm.
for a watch and it's on my wrist, and I'm like, "Where's my watch?"
Yep.
So that's me.
Yep.
And he's exactly like that. So he'll forget his jacket at school all the time, and she gets so upset about that.
Yeah.
So every time when I'm picking
Because you
him
didn't
up,
even buy that
yeah, yeah,
for you to lose it. You don't care. You don't care about freezing your little arms off.
yeah.
Okay, fine.
So I had to take the blame for it. It's like, oh, it's because of me. Because she says, no, it's not. It's not because of you. It's him, and he just in the backseat, like, oh,
Mhm.
I'm staying with you tonight. He kind of
Mhm.
like had that. So I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. I think, no. How do you feel like about when you look? Do you see a lot of dads and stuff stepping up? I feel like I see a lot of dads stepping up and more often than not now.
I do feel like it's a bit different.
Mm,
I feel like I see more of it.
yeah.
I do. I do.
Um, I try to do my best to hold men around me like accountable and stuff like that when it come to that type of stuff. I just feel like
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing us do more now. Like when I see in Chicago, like the fathers'
Mhm.
breakfasts and stuff like that. Like I just,
Mhm.
I adore stuff like that. Which I know, it's not like that all across the board, but I do,
Mhm.
you know, I try to lean more into that. At this point
Mhm.
I'm at in my life, I cannot deal with a man who doesn't,
That's what I'm
pour
talking
into
about.
his kid.
Repeat that one more time. Put your mouth on the microphone and say that
At
again.
this point in my life, I
Yeah.
cannot deal with a man who doesn't pour into his
That's
kid.
respectable right there.
Yeah, now you gotta be that way though. Because it's
Mhm.
you see the outcome. My
Yeah.
my biggest fear is creating a me in him because he's so much like me. Like early on. I'm really blessed that I was able to get to the place that I'm at now. Like
Mhm.
it was God. I really do feel that way.
Yeah.
Because any other route, it's funny. We was just doing an episode, and I was just telling Cub about that before you came. This episode that I just did is like sometimes one of like my core nightmares is me waking up in prison.
Mm.
Like that's one of my core nightmares for me, and it's so crazy. And my mom did the best she could, but I just wish
Yeah.
that I had the guidance of a father there sometimes.
That is true. That is true.
Um,
And I don't think like when you're younger and your dad isn't around, it's like you realize it, you notice it, but you don't really know the impact
yeah,
that it has on you until you get older. It's like, oh, that's why I don't be doing it. And that's why I do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
That's why this makes me uncomfortable. Yeah.
Creatively, where are you in your life now?
I have no creativity
None at all.
in my life right now.
Yeah.
No. I was just talking to one of my best friends about that this morning, and I was like, I'm not using any of my talents right now. And if I can feel it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm not being of service to the kingdom. I'm not being of service to my community. I'm not being of service to the people around me. And it feels weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm going to be working on that, probably journaling about it and trying to figure out a way how I can switch that up sooner than later.
What does that look like now? What would that look like for you?
Um, well, there is un proyecto that I talked to her about this morning. I won't talk about it right here because I don't want to jinx myself because I be doing it too. I get to talking about something I'm about to do, and then within a month, it's nothing. So I've got one project that I've got in mind. So hopefully I can bring that into fruition. Creating content, I don't know if I'm going to really get back into the swing of it or not. I do want to, at some point, get a relationship with an agency, get an agency for me and my baby. So we can cast maybe like some commercials or like some small little assignments around Nashville and work our way up from there because she has an interest in film herself. So that would be really exciting.
Okay. What's the turnoff about content creation? What is it that turns you off about that?
Well, I think because at one point I was on it so hard and I didn't really see much. I didn't really get much out of it, even though I was posting regularly. I was paying attention to my engagement. I was commenting back to people. I was sharing stuff. And it really just didn't get me anywhere.
Yeah.
So there was that. And then I've also noticed that even when I post things that are just fun to me, because I don't know if I read it somewhere or I heard it on a podcast, but it was talking about how like creatives need to create. Like it's almost like oxygen. And when you don't do it, you almost feel like you're dying inside.
Yeah.
And so that content piece, it was more than just creating reels and trying to get money. It was an expression of my own creativity.
Yeah.
And I, for the most part, used it for that reason. At least when I first got started, it was just because that's what I like to do. That's what brought me joy, expressing my creativity. But I don't know, the trolls and the money and the engagement and all that stuff really takes the fun out of it. I don't know. But I also feel like, well, you have to have some sort of social media presence if you want to be in entertainment.
Yeah, nowadays for sure.
So, and a lot of people, that's where they start. It just comes from the right person seeing the right video, and then you get the opportunity that was for you. So I also don't want to block my blessings by hiding myself.
Yeah. I think you were able to cultivate. I think maybe you should have kept going. Maybe even, maybe you were just a few steps away from doing it.
And then my phone is out of storage space every 5 minutes, and I'll try to upload something and it fails.
Yeah.
And so I just be like, okay, well, maybe it's a sign. I don't need to be doing nothing today. I'll try again next month.
Yeah.
No, I do need a new phone. First and foremost, I need a new phone.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
It can be a toxic space to be in though. Social media. It does. It gets tired. It gets tiresome.
It's just tiring. If I'm doing it for fun and you're doing it to criticize me as a woman and a mother and for not having enough hair or edges or like I didn't even post that. Why are you talking about my feet? Like this wasn't even about that.
Yeah.
Just,
Nah, they'll get you like that. I get that a lot too, especially on YouTube. My YouTube shorts, they turn me up all the time. They turn me up. They get me.
No.
Yeah, they turn me up. They talk about my haircut.
I don't spend a lot of
my beard. His beard ain't even that for real. Yeah.
No.
Kill me. I
See,
poured
I don't
a lot
spend
into
a lot
it.
of time on YouTube.
Yeah. And by having a podcast, that's where my space. I probably post 40 shorts a day because I'll take episodes like this.
Yeah, and you just clip them.
And just little clips because you got Opus Clips, which is like a technology that'll, help you. It'll create the title, create the thumb, all of that.
Yeah. I was curious about that too. Like, how do you make some? But that makes sense.
Now, with the ones that you see on my other social media, I just do them myself. But Opus will just take like an hour episode and clip it all the way up into like 40 40 different clips or whatever.
Oh,
And I just
that's a time saver.
and it'll post it for you too.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you can like schedule the posts.
You can schedule it from Opus. They'll post them for you. You can do that not with just YouTube either. You can do it with, I think, with all social medias at this point. I think Opus handle that for you. So it's kind of like a little secretary, like
Yeah.
AI. So
Do you have to pay for it?
you got to pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
If they working that hard, they like, all right. But
But
coming free.
yeah, it saved me so much time. But yeah, they'll turn
Mm.
me up too. It's toxic. It's real bad to women though. I ain't gonna
Mhm.
lie. Like it is bad towards women. Women do get a lot of but it don't be real too. It be bots and stuff like that too.
Yeah. The hate be real fake.
Yeah.
But I do have to admit that much. I get a lot more love than I get hate.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I mean, the hate don't be tearing me down and making me feel like it don't make me feel no type of way. I just be like, I don't want to be over here. I don't want to be anywhere where I'm not, appreciated. So I'm like, I'll try again another day.
Yeah, you were actually the reason for one of our most viral moments. I don't even know if you know that or not.
Which one?
So it wasn't
our
nothing.
last conversation.
No, you indirectly did something, right? So well, not indirectly. So indirectly, you were responsible for it. So when we did the episode with you the first time, that was when you were like in your, content creation every day, and your stuff
I was
was
heavy
growing.
on it.
And you ended up like sharing it, and it was a guy named what was his name? I think it was Luck or something out of New Orleans.
Yes.
He
I
ended
remember him.
Yep, he just so happened ended up being down here. He jumped on the show, and he started talking about the Bible and Solomon in the Bible and all of that. And on TikTok, I think it ended up doing well. To this day, I've done more than that up until this point, but that was the first time we got 100,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah,
it was crazy, and it was all because of you, because of your episode. That's how we found him.
Dope.
Yep.
That's really dope. I haven't seen him online in a while, so if he sees this, hey, I hope you're doing well.
Yeah. No, man, creativity is such a strange thing, though, right? Because it's like it could be the source of like your greatest happiness or like your biggest stressor too. And that's why I feel that now. It's like I stress so much about this stuff, but I'm also happy to do it.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, most things that you really devote your time to and your creativity to and your passion to are going to come with a level of stress behind them as well. I feel like when you care about something, it usually does come with a little bit of tension, a little bit of friction. That's to be expected.
What do you think you lack right now in order to be in the place that you want to be?
A new phone.
A new phone. You can get that new phone now. You can get that new phone in that stores.
Listen. I only pay like $50 a month for the little phone that I got. And so I'm like, do I really want to? Because I can still text. I can still make phone calls. That's really what's most important. So, yeah, that phone is holding me back most importantly, honey. Because every time I'm trying to get active on this situation, it gets to blocking things and shutting down. And
I know 25 dudes that'll buy you a new phone right now.
Man.
I'm going to tell you, like, for nothing. Just for hello. So,
man, if y'all work at the Verizon or the AT&T or any of the places, just let me know.
Yeah. Let me know. I think the biggest thing for me right now is team. It's so hard to just, at this age we at, because all of us so busy with children, and all of my partners got kids now. So.
Yeah. I saw one of my friends on Facebook post this morning, and he was like, it was a reel of him just sitting with some sad music. He was like, me coming to the realization that I'm going to have to travel internationally alone because all my friends either married, busy, got kids, or they poor. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
And I fall into a few of them.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. No, that's why.
It's hard.
So what about the future? What's next for you feel?
That one project that was on my mind this morning, I'm gonna try to get that going at some point during the summertime and get the ball rolling with that. And then I ain't gonna say maybe. I need to be more definitive in the things that I say.
I love that.
Be more sure of what I want, because it's what I want. I'm not confused about it. That is what I want. Trying to find an agency for me and my baby. And finding projects throughout Nashville, surrounding areas that we can take on that won't have us committing to a lot of time outside of our normal schedule, but will also allow us to dig our feet into the entertainment industry and see some of our little dreams come true a little bit.
I love that.
I would like to do that through this year.
And she's interested in that as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, she got that like you. I love that. I wish my son was interested in stuff I am.
And she hadn't been though
Yeah.
for a minute. This
Yeah.
is a recent thing.
Got you.
So,
Got you.
and I mean that may change. I don't know.
It take time.
We might have our first assignment, and she like, "Yep, nope,
Yep."
yeah. And then we'll do the next thing.
Yeah, no. I love that. I love that. And acting and all that is what you want to do. Daddy, I mean not daddy, but mommy daughter content. That works. That works.
And then I also struggle with the whole like just overly putting my baby on the internet.
Yeah.
That's a thing for me right now,
There's a lot
too.
of
Because like
weirdos here.
there's so many weirdos, and I enjoy us doing stuff together. She loves to dance.
Mhm.
And of course, since I like to dance too,
Yeah.
that's something. And then dancing videos just go crazy online all the time. So we enjoy it, but then I also feel like I can't make that our whole like niche.
Yeah.
And just oversaturating my page with her because of the weirdos.
Yeah.
And I hate that it even has to be that way, but I feel like I got to give my baby in dosages because folks are weird.
Yeah, definitely 100%. I fell into that. I made a page for Maverick and it was just weird questions like,
Yeah.
how old is he? Where,
Yeah.
you know, stuff
And
like
even
that.
making her own, like you said, even making her own page. I hadn't done that because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I don't know why you here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. All of it is up in the air. It's damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Quite honestly. So I don't know. I don't judge nobody to do anything at this point because there's no all the way right. There's no all the way wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want to hide my baby.
Yeah.
And she's too talented for that.
Yeah. Yeah. When you try to, yeah, it's just scary though. When you try to, it's funny. You made me think of something when you just said it's not all the way right, it's not all the way wrong. Like when that's something that I've been trying to work on as of lately is not existing in completely in the right or completely in the wrong. Because just understanding nuances, just understanding that things happen, things change. There's a lot of variables to consider. Just trying not to live in the right and wrong of things now. It's been huge for me.
And also trying not to let fear dictate all of your decisions.
Yeah.
That's another one for me.
Yeah.
Like if I were just fearful of everything and fearful of every decision that I needed to make, I probably wouldn't make any.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Well, look, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It wasn't that bad in here. Once I let the window, I should have done that with Cub. I was in here sweating, having to take breaks and wipe my head off. I should have just let the window up because it's not that bad with the window up.
No, it is a lot better with the window up.
See.
It is. It is.
See. I should just let the window up. But yeah, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you for stopping by like always, man. Look, I hope that's all right. A lot of success with you.
I hope
that you have a lot of success.
Thank you, and the same to you.
Yeah, continue to do what you're doing. I think when I do see it, especially when you're making the content, I see a lot of stuff that you do that's funny, and I can appreciate that because I love laughing. Thank you again. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast. We'll get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time. What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the right of me, man, we got Look. How you feeling, brother?
What up? I think, is it the first time you ever called me that?
Probably on the show.
It is.
I imagine so.
What up? I'm Luck.
Yeah. Ain't no wrong with it. That's your rap name or something, ain't it?
Man, no, I got the name for my birthday. Man.
Ah, okay. Man, I want to get right into it. So, as of late, I want to ask you something. This is something that I actually been thinking on. I know it may seem like I got this pre-planned, but I don't. This just hit my mind.
Okay.
So we're aging now, right? How old are you now?
About
31. Okay, so I got you by 2 years. I'm 33. We aging right now, and as you're growing in your age right now, is there any level of resentment for your past, or not resentment, but like, as a 31-year-old man, do you look back and feel like you should have done something different?
Oh man, that's okay. Not my favorite color, nothing. You just all right.
Just fucking shove it in.
Let me see. Do I feel like I should have done anything different. Man, I talk about this sometimes with certain people. I feel like God had a path for me and I'm exactly where I should have been, even though like sometimes I don't even like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't feel good all the time. Man, how did you know this, bro? I just had a conversation with my wife about this yesterday. Like, I thought I was gonna be a millionaire by 19.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna be a
Supreme
millionaire.
confidence.
Bro, I was never supposed to go to college. I was never supposed to none of this, bro. Like, I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
I knew I was gonna dominate the world.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, just life kind of, you know, happened to me a bunch of times, and I'm here.
Yeah. Is there anything you wish you can take back though? Nah,
I don't think I'll take anything.
Yeah, every night before I go to sleep, I do a few things, right? I do a self-reflection. I do, just times to think back on when I do my self-reflections, it's like, what could I have done better? All these different things, right? But also, one of my favorite things to help me go to sleep is kind of like my version of count sheep. I like to imagine what my life would have been if I had took a different turn in some type of area. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, right?
That's your counting sheep.
Yeah, that's my version of count. And it usually helps like soothe me a little bit my anxiety and it helps me go to sleep, right?
Okay.
And that's just something that's been reoccurring to me. Like, what if I hadn't have, went this path or did this thing?
Okay.
And I don't necessarily regret anything. But okay, if I could take it all back, one thing that I would change is immediately live up to my fullest potential as opposed to stalling myself. And even with me stalling myself, I accomplished a lot, right?
Right.
But I feel like there was more I could have gave to it. You know what I mean? I could have put in the universe right off the bat, but I didn't,
Okay.
And
so when did you start letting yourself down?
Like, so I think letting myself down.
Yeah, you say you could have lived up to your full potential. You didn't.
When did I stop letting myself down?
No, when did you start that? Like, at what point did you start not living up to your full potential?
I'll say immediately. Because even as a kid, like from fucking a child. Because even in my high school days, I think about things like how I was kind of like naturally athletic and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I heard about you.
Like I was just naturally athletic. I was naturally, all of this shit. And I just didn't try a lot.
Okay.
I could have been more, I definitely got offered some schools and stuff like that, but it's like my mind didn't match my mind didn't match my input my output didn't match what I had already in my mind.
Okay.
You get what I mean? I knew what I could do. I knew I can go in and fucking squat 475, do sets of that. I knew I can
throw that out there.
Yeah. Okay. I knew I could do shit like that, right? But it's like, sometimes it didn't manifest, and it's like, oh, senior year, I decided to do a little more, give a little more to it. But it's like, fuck it.
Right.
Starting businesses, organizing and mobilizing, just things like that. I think from the very start, even Pee Wee League, I could have been giving it more. But it's like, you know how when your aunties or whatever, your uncles or whatever tell you do your little dance when you're younger? Okay. I was the type that knew I could probably do at least some, but I just chose to do nothing though.
Okay.
So that's kind of why.
So does everything happen for a reason or no?
Oh, I think so. I think all this stuff was meant to happen the way it's supposed to. That way now my son can, when they tell him to do the little dance, he can do it. Because I can communicate that to him.
Maybe so. Because if we talking about sports, I'll give you a perfect example of how I think about this is that me and my brother pretty much had opposite careers of sports or whatever. Like he was always the favorite. He was big.
Yeah.
All of that. He was always the favorite. And I pretty much had to fight for everything I ever got. Even though like I personally feel like I might have had a little bit more natural talent, or whatever. But he was gifted with the size and all of that. Even when they dropped me off at college today, like I finally earned a scholarship. I go to college, they dropped me off. He was an All-American wrestler.
Oh shit,
man, 3 years younger than me. So he's like, let me see here. I'm starting college. He's a sophomore in high school, and when they dropped me off, some of the people on campus was like, "Oh, Demo, we so happy to have you here, bro." I'm like, "Bro, it's me." That's how it was.
Yeah.
Well, I played all the way out. 5 years through college. I feel like I lived up to my full potential, to be honest with you. He was way better than me at what he did.
Yeah.
And his career was taken from him. He hurt his shoulder. The doctor told him he couldn't wrestle after his freshman year.
Damn.
And it's like I mean, why does that happen?
Yeah.
It's just all a grand design. We was all supposed to be, because we both thought we was gonna be professional athletes.
Yeah.
And it just didn't happen for either one of us.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, we here for something at this point.
We was just talking about wrestling earlier. That's a tough sport. People sleep on that.
Yeah.
Like it requires a lot of conditioning and a lot physically. Wrestling does.
Mentally, all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think baseball is more mentally taxing than what we give it credit for as well, though.
I could give you that.
Yeah. At least for me, that shit used to make me anxious with, the balls coming at me and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Pause. It's crazy.
Nah, for real. Football players ain't gonna stand in that box.
Yeah.
I don't care how big, how many muscles you got. They don't want to stand in that box.
Nah.
Stand in that box. And then plus all the failure, all the other stuff like that, bro. You have so many ups and downs with baseball.
Yeah.
Basketball, I feel like, you miss a shot, you can come back down, you get another shot in like 20 more seconds. You feel me? But I don't know.
You played in college, you played football and baseball, right?
No, I didn't play football.
Okay,
I played baseball in college.
Yeah, I knew you played baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know why I gave you football as well, though.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, you got a football player bill. I can see that for you, though.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. You never played in school?
No, I played 1 year.
Yeah.
I played like, 1 year of football. I hated it, bro. I hated it. I was really good, but I hated it.
Yeah. Y'all love for music because you brought up your brother Demo. He definitely do music and everything, right?
Absolutely. He's doing a shout out to my brother Demo.
Yeah, shout out. He actually nice though.
Yeah,
nice.
for sure. Yeah. He has seen some success in that. He's doing really well. And I mean, he's my favorite rapper.
Yeah. Is that something in the family, the music?
My mom, I was talking to somebody else, shout out Randy from Southville. I was talking to him about this. My mom was actually like an award-winning poet.
Oh shit.
So
okay,
that's where my stuff comes from.
Yeah.
That's where he, it's kind of it's like that.
Where was she based out of?
Nashville.
Got you.
She's from Detroit and lived in Nashville.
Yeah, so y'all probably had that all through the house. The creative aspect. Poets are different, you know. Yeah, poets are different. I tried my hand at poetry a lot throughout my life. My first book was all poetry, actually.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah. So you're married now, man. You got a new son.
I do.
How was that? I heard him yelling in the phone the other day.
Yes. It's crazy because it's my third, but first boy.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love my daughters, of course, so much. But then, like, you look at a little boy that's just because your son look exactly like you too.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like me.
Amazing.
And it just freaked me out sometimes, And it also made me like live my life differently because that's somebody you talk about letting yourself down. But then I look at him and I'm like, I got to show him life. I mean, he's gonna learn it all from me almost.
Yeah.
And so it definitely makes me feel like I gotta like step up my standards.
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, my daughters are gonna look at me for an example of a husband and a man and all of that. But like he's like, nah, daddy, this is how I need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like it's another level.
I mean, it's so different. I got so freaked out. My son looks so much like me at times and like acts so much like me at times. I get so freaked out about this that like once I almost thought to myself, it's like, is he here to take my place? Because I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is with me and him, right? So he's a Sagittarius,
okay,
right? His mom is a Taurus. My mom is a Taurus. I'm a Sagittarius. So I see the dynamic between them, which I don't get into the birthday stuff all that much, but you can't help but to see it sometimes, right?
Sometimes, yes.
So I see the dynamic between them so much and how he is toward her and all of that, and it'll freak me out. His little sayings, he got this thing that he'll do now with his hand. He'll twiddle his thumbs or like sometimes. His mama was like, "Is he autistic?" But I'm like, nah. I used to do that when I got nervous. Like when I get nervous and stuff, I'll kind of twiddle my hands like that, or I bite my tongue and chew my tongue.
Yeah,
it's like, are you just me again? Are you here to take my place?
He probably is. He
so
probably
crazy,
is, to be
bro.
honest with you. Because I mean, he gonna learn so much from you. He gonna look at you. He gonna probably make some of the same mistakes that you made, and it's gonna hurt you.
Sheesh.
That's gonna be. Think about that.
Yeah.
Watching your son, you told him. You told him about this one little pitfall you had, and you watch him do the same thing. I wonder how that feels because I definitely did it.
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough one. I mean, with him, I try my best to just lead with love. I just get excited about being around him for real. I always get excited about being around them, picking them up from school, even on my worst days. You know, it's nothing really like that. I mean, you know it now. You're gonna see it even more as your boy get older and he start to, you know, grow into his own and not want you to hug him anymore and not want you to do all that. It's like, you know.
Man, you know what? I see how you are with him. And I know you talk about like you didn't necessarily have that like affection and stuff when you was growing up. And I definitely noticed it in how you treat him because I was looking at a little video that you posted the other day of what was he doing? Oh, he had the puppet.
Yeah,
he had the puppet.
yeah.
And I was just thinking, man, nobody did that with Onterio when he was little.
Nobody.
Onterio was in the streets when he was 3 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's dope that he get to grow up. Like he don't have to be hard.
Yeah. No, he won't even understand that mentality. He'll think that shit is lame. He'll be like, what's wrong with this extra aggressive ass
guys? Dad, these guys have their pants below their waist.
Right. No, seriously. Like, and I'm gonna put that in his head. Like, that shit ain't cool. All of this that you see from these dudes, that's all the followers mentality. Trust me, your father was that way. But this summer, I'm getting him into mixed martial arts, though. That's something he's really excited about.
Yep.
And I feel like a lot of the stuff when it comes to the YNs and people out in the streets or whatever, a lot of that is just insecurities. If you can put in martial arts, if you can add that to the equation where he know he can whoop ass, after that, it's like, I don't need to follow you. Like, I can fuck all y'all in here up. You know, it's that type of mentality. So he'll be less likely to fall into that, I think.
I feel like you less likely to lash out too.
Yeah.
When you know how to fight. Like you look how calm you are. Like, I'm not worried about it. You can get out of character if you want to. I'm not even worried about it. You can't handle me, bro. So like, let's just all chill out.
Yeah, it's so funny because I had a guy come here to do a show once, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, man, I didn't want to bring my niggas through because they're so and so. I was just looking at myself.
Nah, brother.
Like, it's like, bro, like, you know, free bodies, you know.
Y'all done.
Free bodies in here. Niggas gonna go RIP y'all up somewhere, you know.
No. In your house? No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like, I'm not worried about that. You know, but I'm overly nice now too, though. That's something that your son will change about you. It's like, in ways it makes you more protective, but in ways it kind of, I don't know, I just let a lot of stuff slide now for real. Because it don't be worth it. You know?
And you got to be here for him.
That's it, because his mama can't do it by herself. I see it. Not with my boy, you know. She can't do it.
No. I mean, we got 3 at the crib.
Sheesh.
And they do treat her differently than they treat me.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. And you know what's crazy, bro? One time she had this little discussion with me about how like she felt like I wasn't doing a lot. You know, like everybody, I'm chilling at the crib, you know, she felt like she needed more help with the kids and all that. And I told her, I said, okay, they act different with you when I'm gone. Since I've been home, this particular day, I said, since I've been home, did any of them act up? Yeah. She was like, no. I was like, so what do you want me to do?
Yeah. No, that's it.
Being here, it's kind of like insurance or something. Like me being here, it calm a lot of that stuff down.
That's so crazy that you got that, because that's like that all across the board. I feel like every man has gotten that from that woman at some point, which their job isn't easy. You know, motherhood isn't easy at all. So I get it, but it's like my presence, it cut out 50% of the shit that you have to deal with anyway as a mom.
Yeah,
just my presence alone. You know,
I ain't gonna lie though. I kind of be laying around though.
Yeah, no.
I kind of be laying around. She had a point, but then like I'm just a good talker. Yeah, and I was like, nah, let me checkmate you on this.
But we'll do that too. It's tough being a man too. Like going out doing, especially in your predicament, because I don't know if it's like this now, but I remember last time you was telling me that she's a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, so it's still that same setup.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, you know. Tired.
She's there all day. I'm out almost all day. And then we both, like when I get home in the evening, we both are exhausted. There's still more things we need to do. And it just come down to like who gonna do what. Yeah. We both probably need to do a better job of like, you know, if something need to be done, just do it. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that's transparently, that's what I deal with sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, I shouldn't have to do all of this. And I mean, I probably just need to.
Just do it.
Yeah.
It make it easier because you know you ain't going nowhere. We here to stay. We locked in. Yeah. It's better to just like, all right, I'll fucking move this shit over here, put this shelf together.
Because really, when I feel like she low key scammed me with the whole her love language being acts of service.
Oh yeah, that's a
scam.
scam.
Like you just want me to do everything. I see
shit.
what you did.
You just want me to do shit.
But then if I come home, if I wash dishes, take out trash, do all this, wash clothes, all this, take everything off her plate. Now her mind is all freed up, and she can be more, attentive to me and all that. Like,
damn,
I see how it's working.
This shit is because every woman who told me their love language, it was always an act of service.
Yeah,
they just tricking us into doing shit, bro.
Pretty much. Like we exposing we see what y'all are doing. Y'all not low. Y'all, we can see you.
That shit crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't see it before now. I
came to bring the light, brother. I came to bring the light.
You just fucked me up today.
Yeah.
But so okay, how is you're 31? You've been married now for 5 years?
5 years, yes.
5 years. 31. How is marriage, man?
Marriage is a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I was just talking to my homeboy about this like an hour ago.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. I feel like it's also a mission.
Come on now.
Yeah. It is. Cause like, I mean, you're not gonna be happy like all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't really even like talking about like happiness because I feel like that's like a temporary emotion or whatever.
Yeah.
And we might be great on Tuesday and get into it Wednesday. You feel me? So I mean, I look at it as like this was my promise of covenant, technically. And I'm here for life. And whatever you need, like I'm dedicated to, you. And hopefully she is the same way always with me. And I mean, we take the good with the bad. We've been through ups and downs. Like it has not been, I'm one of the people that's very transparent that this is not like sunshine and roses. Yeah. Like we got into it yesterday.
Yeah. Come on.
What I'm saying? But that's my girl though. Yeah. So I'm gonna be here.
I mean, like, I'm glad you had that transparency. You don't try to paint this picture because I think that's why I love that marriage is a mission. Because I think people need to understand that when you go into this, it won't be easy.
No. I think a lot of women are promoted that idea that love is supposed to be easy and it's supposed to be effortless and it's just supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And all of that, bro. And I mean, that's just fake.
Yeah. Yeah. I get to live my soft girl life or be in my soft girl era.
Man, bro, we can't put everybody in a feminine. Like you gotta, goodness gracious. Like some of y'all just tough to deal with.
Yeah. It's like, that's so crazy because women that I've had as like, I guess you can call them friends or whatever, like women that I've had around as friends. And seeing them is like, I couldn't deal with this with a woman. It's like, oh shit, like you just, I mean, like everything is combative. You want to do things your own way. You ask for quote unquote opinions, but this opinion is not, you're not asking for my opinion. You're asking for me to go along with this dumb shit that you're getting ready.
You're really asking to tell me what you think.
Yeah, like you asking me to go ahead and like co-sign this dumb ass shit you're gonna do anyway, regardless if I give you my opinion or not.
They definitely want validation. I mean, for the better or for worse. I mean, I noticed like, okay, with my wife, if she got something on her mind that I'm not doing or she want to tell me, like she can tell me that. But I feel like if I go at her with this is what you're not doing and this is what you're not doing, it's gonna shut down. She probably ain't even gonna hear what I'm talking about. It's not gonna go well. Like it works better with like validation.
Yeah.
With them, and I guess you can kind of encourage them in the right direction or something like that. But if you just go right at a woman and telling her all the stuff she's wrong about, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta fucking put your foot down, right? Right, give them a little like, all right now, like I got the ball. But
run your program.
Sometimes
strict over here, ladies.
Yeah, it ain't that strict. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't that strict.
It
ain't that strict.
No,
it used to be.
I don't believe.
I'm telling you, man. Like, listen, I know, I understand it ain't gonna be easy. I understand we're gonna have disagreements, but I'm less likely to buck now. You know what I mean? It ain't surviving Onterio no more.
Okay.
Like it's more like,
okay,
like my girl right now, she like want me to hey, I feel like you don't say you miss me enough or things like that. Normally, but like, what the fuck you talking about this shit? Fuck, I got 100. I'm doing this. I got this going. It's like now I just prioritize like, hey, I miss you.
Do you miss her though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I miss some of her all the time. I ain't gonna lie. Like I miss people I love that I don't have around. Like that's why you know me. That's why I always want the fellowship stuff. Like all y'all, bro. Like I miss y'all all the time. Like, damn, I wish we can all hang out, laugh, barbecue, do whatever. Like I miss y'all all the time. So it ain't
okay.
You know, I always miss people. So it's not a lie, but it's just like I don't know. Sometimes, like you said, they need that validation. That's all that is.
They do always. I mean, you ever just left the house and didn't tell her you love her? Like that's
that's a problem. That's a problem.
That's what they live on that. They need that reassurance. They gonna forget that you love them.
Yeah. What advice would you give yourself if you can go back right now, from day one of being married, or back to day one right now, 5 years later? What advice would you give yourself?
Man. Oh, that's a tough question, bro. Because like I really don't feel like I've just figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy because a lot of people try to put me in this like box that I'm talking about like personal growth and marriage and all of that stuff. But I'm like, brother, I'm telling you, I don't have it figured out. I'm just trying.
Yeah.
It's the only thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm committed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I was to tell myself day one, like probably just, if you ain't gonna lead, and be quiet.
Yeah. Nah, that's some damn good advice, actually.
You ain't gonna leave it quiet, bro. Because like we have had so many like dumb arguments over stuff. And I act tough, like I'm not gonna stand for this. But like she know I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
So like, man, what?
Nigga finna stand for all of that shit.
What? So just, bro, ride it out, bro.
Yeah.
Keep on doing your best.
Yeah. Nah, it's so rare to have I listen to these Facebook things, StoryCorps. It's like a little mini story on the channel. Every post is a mini story. And it's like to see, I guess it's a blessing to have someone to grow with, because all this shit gonna go away, man. You gonna be a grandfather, I'm gonna be a grandfather. We just gonna be out. We ain't gonna have time to be out, whatever. We're gonna be too old and shit. But your family is always gonna be there. Your woman, your partner, if you're a woman, your man always gonna be there. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a beautiful thing to have that. I don't mind it. But I will say that I'm completely prepared to live the rest of my life alone as well, though, if need be, in certain situations.
Man, here you go, dude.
Because I just won't stand for shit.
Here you go. Okay, so all right, let me just get this straight, the timeline straight.
Talk to
anybody, your faithful listeners.
Talk to me.
The last time I was here, you was talking about having 2 women and 3 women, and now you talking about I don't need no women. So what are we doing, bro?
I think for me, I tell you, it's like I got so much of my mother in me, right? It's not necessarily that I don't need no woman. Actually, I don't need a woman. I would want one, but I got so much of my mother in me to where it's just like I'm willing to say fuck all of this. Okay. That's one thing about Shirley Ann Cross. She was willing to be like, all right, you play. Especially after her so my mother, to give a little backstory on my mother, my second brother, his dad, she was engaged to him. She was gonna be married to him, but he ended up getting robbed and killed. After, to this day with her Alzheimer's and everything, she'll still say his name, Earl. I'm like, that nigga ain't in here. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to this day, she'll still say his name. And it's so crazy. That shit, even now, it kind of give me chills. But like to this day, she'll still say that man's name. And she said she didn't want anybody else after him. She only wanted that was the love that she wanted. And she lost him. They took him away. And she was like, that was the only person she ever wanted. But I do know her. Like, I got so much of that in me where it's like, man, I'm not dealing with this shit. Like, because it's like, I'll tell you, for me, it's like purpose. That's always on the forefront of my mind. It's purpose. It's not like like I said, my program ain't that strict. Okay. But it's like, if we on the 7th time, used to be the first time, but we on the 7th time this week of me trying to overly explain myself and you getting in the way of these 1,000 calories that I'm about to burn today. This real strict, because I'm preparing right now to do an ultra marathon. Like I'm running 5Ks every day. So it's like, if you getting in the way of that, if you getting in the way to my demonstration with my son, or getting stuff together for my mother, and I'm having to take this time to overly argue with you about shit, or even like try to get this better understanding. We on the 7th time. It's like, all right. It's like, all right.
So that's not strict to you?
That's not a strict program. 7?
I was just listening to how you talking about like, I'm trying to burn 1,000 calories right now and all of that. And it's just like you really focus on what Onterio need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, forget that. I got a question for you.
Okay,
about the love. You said the one that she wanted. All that. Have you had that? Are you in that? What, like, do you feel like you had the one girl that you'll never feel no other way or that way about no other girl?
No, I don't feel like I've had that. I'll tell you, the first girl that I ever consider marrying was the mother of my child. I was willing to say, you know, fuck everything for her at one point. But that's just the power of childbirth too, man. Like when I seen that baby come out of her and I seen how she just stepped into motherhood, that done something to me.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, so that was the one person that at that time that I consider, you know, marrying. But I never had it's no woman that's like, oh, this is my only love. I could never love anybody else. Like I tell you, I got a girl now, and it's not the mother of my child. So
okay,
you know, like I've moved on. It's just I think I get where you was going earlier too. Like there's not a lot of time to pour into her. Is that kind of along the lines where you're going to? It's for me, it's kind of easier because she doesn't live here. She has a career that allows her to, well, not allows, but that is demanding for her to be, you know, all around the country or whatever. So the time we do get to spend is, I mean, that's perfect. For me to be able to do that with her is perfect.
Is she like a top performer, like you, like a real driven, like a high achieving person?
I think in her own right. Yep. I'll say so, but not like me. Nobody's like, I'm crazy. Nobody's like me. Like,
you know who else is like you?
Who is that?
Me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I get that. Yeah, no, for sure.
This is why I'm asking these questions.
Yeah, like nobody is. I'm the type of dude that's like, you know me. I mean, you know, because you, like you said, that's you. So like, yeah, no, I don't think I like that.
Mine's super easy going. Like and it's crazy because like athletically,
yeah,
she was a beast.
Yeah.
She was a beast. And but by the time I met her, that was over.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even tell. Like you would never actually know that if she's the most easygoing person, not a competitive bone in her body.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how did you get these accolades? You know, that you got? Like, where is it at? Because me, it's just like it's coming out of me. Pause. Like all the time.
Yeah.
So I can't turn that off. And she's like, I mean, you know, it's okay. Everybody loves everybody.
Yeah, nah, fuck that.
Exactly.
I'm competing with motherfuckers don't even know I'm competing with them right now. I'm competing with motherfuckers that don't even exist. This niggas in my head. Yeah, for sure.
He said, what about my mama?
Yeah, nah, for sure though. And that's the part though. Yeah, no. I see a lot of it in my son too. It's so funny. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. This love thing is tricky. I get it. I mean, shit ain't even perfect with me and mine. Hey, we've had arguments. Shit, like you said yesterday. But it's like,
that's real.
I don't never want to. I think we was having an argument. I just basically was like, yeah, you know, like it's like I care about you. I think you know what my biggest problem is? My biggest problem, or one of my biggest problems, not my biggest problem, but one of my biggest problems when it comes to relationships is I think that I'm looking for somebody to be all in, completely 100% for me.
Okay.
And I think I'll explain to you. To have somebody who's 100% head over heels all in for you, I don't think that's too much to ask for when you're asking me to live the rest of my life with you.
Right.
And that's what I need in a relationship, I think. And that's hard to come by because, you know, or at least it's been hard for me to come by because it's like everybody has their own thing that they're doing now. Women don't just sit in the house anymore.
Okay.
You know, and it's not even from a professional career standpoint. It's like, if I have an opinion that may be controversial, I don't need you to, quote unquote, make it your priority to check me about that. You know what I mean? It's different if I'm doing something in our real lives, but
so you want to like right or wrong, I'm with you.
I'm with you. That's it. The same way we roll, the same way you ride for your homegirl when she done fuck 3 dudes in one night.
You ain't even see her.
The same way you ride for your homegirl when she done fuck 3, and you know, like, this bitch nasty. We don't know why she done that. And you may tell her she nasty. The same way we ride for our homie, we ride for each other. Because I'm gonna tell you now, if your wife ever called me, you heard the thing, you up to no good, I'm a lie. I'm a lie through my fucking teeth. Even if it's, I'll say it, like, you know this, I'm a lie through my fucking teeth. Like,
she gonna get you though. She gonna get you because like you gonna say something that it ain't even gonna be
it
close,
don't sound
bro.
right.
He's like, nah, he don't be doing all
You know the key to this shit though? Keep it simple. You gotta keep it simple. You can't overdo it. You can't be like, yeah, he was just around the corner with me. Blah, blah, blah. It's just, have you seen that?
No. That's perfect. That's perfect right there. I bet we got it locked in. Yeah, we got it locked in.
Like, yeah, like I'm a lot. So I need that same level of like loyalty for me that you just like, you know, the police come, I don't care he didn't do it. I'll take it to trial and say he didn't do it.
Okay.
You know, not blind stupidity, but just all in.
Krishan Rock.
Nah, not Krishan.
That's what you want.
Nah, Tony Yayo.
Okay.
Come on now. You know Tony Yayo?
Yeah.
Tony Yayo. How he is about 50. I need that from my woman. From me. Sure. That level of loyalty from me.
Okay. Glad you said that. Mm-hmm. Do we look for our women to be our homeboy sometime?
I think in certain ways it might be beneficial for my woman to have some of the same characteristics as my homeboy. I love hanging with my niggas. They try to make this shit gay, whatever they trying to do. I love hanging with my homies, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I was going there. I was going there. Cause like, okay, you do like little inside jokes that you got, or like you watch sports, or you did anything, like you know how let me see, Muhammad Ali knocked this one nigga out. So you point at her like this, you know what I'm saying? You say my name.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she ain't gonna know what you're talking about. Yeah. But somebody else, I would know what you was talking about.
Yeah.
And then now you're gonna look at her like, man, why you ain't kissing?
Like,
or something like that. She ain't see all that. I get so frustrated, bro, because my wife, she ain't seen like it's certain movies or whatever. Like me and my brother, obviously we grew up together,
right?
But I don't care what I'm talking about. If I hear like a line from a song, it could be like a Chameleonaire song.
Yeah,
I'm saying that because it just happened.
Yeah,
bro. And like somebody swerved on the street or whatever, and I said I ain't even spill my drink, and he knew exactly what I'm talking about, and like nobody else would know that.
Yeah,
but and then like I feel like I'm guilty of looking for that in my wife.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes when like she has a totally different set of like things that she brings me joy for or whatever. Like we got our own connection.
Yeah.
I don't need to, you know, look for another like male friend in my wife. But then, yeah, like you said, bro,
certain parts.
It is super cool.
Yeah,
it is.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Me and the mother of my child stayed together as long as we did, and I fought for that because there's so many. We can just, hell, and people will say this and because I know my girl gonna listen to this, and this will be said out of my mouth, and people like, you should be with her, right? So let me go ahead and make this disclaimer before I even say that. Is like, there are other attributes to a relationship that make a person want to be with them. But there's one specific thing about me and the mother of my child, no bullshit. We can go in a corner at a fucking room full of people, and we can have a conversation over in the corner, and so many inside jokes and so much.
Yeah.
Because we spent so much intimate time one-on-one together, not dating, not just late nights. So many insiders, so much of that shit. And I can just enjoy myself and just be giggling. Giggles that as long as you've been knowing me, you probably never seen come out of me. Like she can make come out of me in that way. And I think that can be a little intimidating to a new woman coming around, or even a woman hearing this. I get that, but I have to explain to them there's other parts to a relationship that make a person want to stay. But that did keep me holding on for a few years before I'm like, all right, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So
what do you need? I mean, give a study guide to the current girl. What do you actually need?
I think a little bit of that. Somebody that I could like be vulnerable with. I spent a lot of my life being, you know, holding up a shield or putting on a mask. So I need somebody I can be vulnerable with. I need somebody that I could not even like soft as hell, because I'm not a soft guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm hella aggressive. I'm not a soft guy, but I just mean like vulnerability, the ability to make a mistake. Yeah. I need somebody that I could laugh with, somebody that I could tell some of my you know, and I guess it's a part of vulnerability, but my deepest, darkest secrets, and it not be used against me in another time. Like, I can tell you, hey, you know, I have these insecurities or these abandonment issues because of my father. And, you know, when I done caught you doing something, you know, you're wrong later on, but instead of you taking accountability, you divert to, oh, you just like this because your insecurities with your dad. You know,
them girls deserve to be alone.
Come on now, forever.
Yeah,
fucking with me, they will.
Yeah, real deal, real deal. Yeah. But you know what though?
Yeah,
I'm glad you said that because, like, my girl ain't never did that before.
Yeah,
she never did that before. Never brought up all my old stuff. And it's I was just talking to Tolliver. I was just talking to Tolliver yesterday, and we was talking about how like your lady gonna know you more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And you say you need somebody that you can be vulnerable with, but I mean, if y'all been like any type of intimate already, you have showed her a part of you that other people don't know.
Thanks.
You know what I'm saying? And I just, it's so much about me, man. Everybody always sees me as like a super happy person, super positive. Like a lot of people have never even seen me in a bad mood.
Yeah.
But she sees it all the time because, bro, life, I mean, it's not a mask for me. I'm honestly how I am in front of you. That's really who I am. But I get tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go home. I'm hurting sometimes. There's other things that I'd never like. Why would I tell you about, certain struggles? Why would I even tell you that? Because you can't really help with it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to burden you, bog you down with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand you need to vent to people sometimes and all that, but it's like, she sees everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like nobody will ever. I mean, she could burn me down, bro. If she could expose some stuff. She could she could burn me down if she want, but she wouldn't do that. She never has.
Yeah.
And so I really do appreciate that part of it because we got some things that we really working on.
Yeah.
But I always tell her that how much I appreciate her because she still ain't never left me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember like it was, I don't want to talk about that,
yeah,
but
I got you.
I've been left before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and this the one that didn't leave.
Yeah. 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 You said that you thought you would be a millionaire by the time you were 19.
Yeah.
How do you still have like, I know you still got goals, but do you still have these aspirations to reach the highest of highs? And what are you doing actively to make sure you get there?
Well, I've started a few businesses.
Okay.
And then also like I still one of my dreams was actually to be a chiropractor.
Okay.
And that kind of got derailed a little bit. My mindset on it changed a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it recently. Like I think I still may do that. And to me, like I don't want to be a billionaire for billionaire's sake.
Yeah.
But it's like freedom. And the things that I want to do out of this life, like I'm not in the weeds about that. It takes money.
Yeah.
It takes money. It takes a whole lot. And then even, in the Bible, it said, I come that you will have life and life more abundantly.
Yeah.
So I didn't come here to just get by. I didn't come here to be okay, average, none of that. I'm really a powerful person and I came to achieve everything that I'm supposed to. Now, it didn't happen because my plan was not the plan that mattered. Of course, God has a design. So I thought one thing, and that wasn't what my life was actually supposed to look like. But I still had that vision of, all of that. I want to take care of my family. I want to do things for people. I want to give a whole bunch. I just have dreams of some things that like a lot of people just will not want to do or be able to do or anything. But I still believe I definitely can.
Yeah. No, man, that's the hardest thing at our age is to stay motivated. Because I just feel like a lot of us, we all had these dreams in the beginning, this big imagination. And I think the older you get, the more reality, touch your chin, the more you realize like it's a possibility that it can't happen and time is creeping in. But I just encourage people our age, older, whatever, younger than us, don't lose your imagination. Because this dude's right here 25 feeling like they 45 in the mind.
Social media, bro. Social media has killed that because you got the 19-year-old millionaire on social media. And all of that is fake anyway. It's fake. They don't look like that. They don't have that money. I mean, all of that. The chain is not real. They doing, I mean, I saw this one dude, the dude that was on the Pop the Balloon show.
Yeah.
or whatever. And like every Instagram video that he got, I love watching it. But like every video is like, I woke up, I made some money. We'll probably make another 420,000 a day. And that's just not real, bro. Real. You can't do that. Like it's not gonna happen. But so many people think it's, I mean, even in the gym, you know, I go work out and then I see like, I know of a 19-year-old who's on steroids right now. Because he thought that he wasn't, he needs to hit better numbers in the gym. I'm like, are you an athlete? No. Are you a bodybuilder? No. Why are you even, you know what I'm saying? You sacrificing your health at this point. You know, you don't have kids yet. All of that. But people just, they think they're not where they're supposed to be because there's somebody that's faking online.
Facts.
That's why I don't be faking. That's why I tell people like that. I told you, me and my wife got into it yesterday because I'm not about to sit here and act perfect for you because there's too many people that's already doing that. I'm not gonna be one.
Man, that you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Even I seen a guy, he posted because I'm heavy in the, well, I just told you I'm heavy in the gym. I got the gym downstairs. I got the whole like little setup.
Even you talking about 475 pounds. Man, watch out.
Listen, right now, that's me at 1920.
You know how ridiculous that sound though?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe you, but I'm saying like that's the crazy part because now that you're 33 and not able to do that, it mess with you.
You know, I could probably do that now. I ain't gonna lie. Right now I'm doing.
Hey, it's out the mud. We got Tony Allen.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, as of today, I'm at 3 sets of 12, 300 pounds. 3 sets of 12, 300 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah, as of today. I bet I could throw at least 4 or 5 at least. I can throw that up, I bet.
Okay. Do your thing, man.
Yeah, no, like, but this guy, but that's genetics though. You know, shout out to my mama, shout out to my dad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Your mama was a power lifter now.
My mama she to this day is extremely strong. I'm gonna tell you something. On this sidetrack. If my mother, no bullshit, if her mind hadn't left her with the Alzheimer's, she would be able to do push-ups and sit-ups right now. I feel her strength when I'm changing and when I'm doing stuff. Giving her back, still strong as shit. It's still difficult to move her. Like, and it manifested through my brothers. All of my brothers are strong like that. You know what I mean? But and my dad, you know, he bigger. He about maybe a little an inch or two taller than you. Beast as well. But regardless though, I seen a guy, he posted, he was like, this is reality right here. He just posted his regular body. But what y'all are seeing is these dudes like TRT and all these, testosterones and all this other shit. That's what y'all see on social media when y'all see these shredded dudes. But this is reality. And he just had like a normal body. I was like, thank you. And I follow him because it's like about time. A normal fucking body, because everybody can't look, nobody damn near, unless you dehydrated. You dehydrate yourself.
They don't look like that all the time.
Yeah.
The girls, they don't look like that all the time.
Yeah.
You know, they believe they can have a 6-pack and a big juicy ass and all that.
It's crazy.
That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That girl don't actually look like that either.
Yeah, what about the bitch with the wide shoulders? She'll never get that.
Hey,
she'll never get that.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
No, but seriously though, like you're right. Comparison is so much of that. I find myself falling into it often. You know,
who you compare yourself to?
Oh, I mean, it can be random Joe Blow on social media that I pass by who podcasts doing numbers, and I just can't understand why it's doing that.
Man, I do that too.
Yeah.
And it's not hating.
Yeah.
It's not hating, but
for me, it's hate. I hate that.
I think for me, it's like, I know how talented I am.
Yep.
I know how intelligent I am. I know the vision that I have. I know how ambitious I am. I know how hard I work.
Yeah.
And so I do find myself sometimes wondering, like, what in the world is pushing this person over the top?
Yeah.
That I haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
Because they're not better than me.
Yeah.
And that messes with me because I'm really happy for that person.
Yep.
But I'm like, man, why is it not me right now?
Yeah. And I see, you know, with what you do, I guess you can, what would you call it? Motivational speaking? Would you call it that? It teeters towards that, I guess.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't really see myself like that, but maybe.
When you get on and you do your words and you speak, you know, just to in the camera conversation, what would you call that?
Transparency, bro.
Yeah.
That's how I actually feel. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really care about motivating nobody else, to be honest with you.
I feel that.
This is how I actually I want to get there.
Yeah.
And you know, if it helps somebody else, that's cool. That's great. But I mean, that's what I'm saying, bro. Am I a marriage counselor? I'm the motivational speaker, all this stuff. And I'm like, bro, I never set out to do none of this, man. I'm just doing my best.
Is that something you would want to be though one day? That type of stuff?
I think I could.
Yeah.
I definitely think I could.
Man, it's worth trying, you know. And this shit I've learned that it's just consistency. I seen a guy who was like one of these not little, but like comedian type of dudes. He was like, at the end of the day, we don't own any of it. It's like, because if the algorithm decides to not show your stuff, then no matter if you got 2 million followers, shit just won't get seen.
Yeah.
You know, this shit really just be about consistency, especially when it comes to social media and comparing those numbers in the way that I said I do sometimes. Like, you know, but that's just my competitive nature. Even if we didn't have social media, I would be this way though. And like I said, if I can't find an enemy, I'll just create one. Yeah. So, you know.
So Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I said that in one of our first shows. Like, I'm coming for him. Like, I've been on that, like with him. And I watched Joe. I studied Joe. All of this shit. The whole business of this. I study it. I watch it. I taught myself how to edit. I taught myself how to, you know, set the cameras up to where we have the clear, you know, setup and all that. I taught myself about the roadcaster, about the mics, about audio, cleaning up the audio. It was just a work in progress. So a lot of the times when people try to not tell me stuff, but like, you got this, like, you don't know how difficult this shit is.
Yeah.
It's a reason. People that was with me outside of Demo that you've seen on the show that's been a part of the show, they didn't quit because of a disagreement we had. It's just this shit is too difficult, you know?
Man, I feel the same way, man.
Yeah.
When you got a dream,
yeah,
you put all of your energy into it and you just want somebody to believe like you believe.
That's it.
And it just doesn't happen. And it hurts, bro. And then you start to look at people like, I love you, but I just see that you don't have what I have in me. You don't have the passion, you don't have the fire. You're not gonna stick with this.
Facts.
And that is the toughest thing that I've ever had to figure out, is getting my heart broke by people who I felt like was gonna be with me.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason they fell off.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Especially in this, I used to tell Sco all the time. I said, bro, if I told you right now, hey, I'll give you $1 million to walk from here to LA in 3 weeks, would you try to do it? Like, hell yeah, for $1 million? Hell yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, you know that, you know, it takes 31 days to get from here to LA walking, right? And I'm only giving you 21. So that means you'll have to make up for those 10 days. That's going to be like almost next to impossible unless you jogging some of it and all that. And I'll figure out a way. I said, that's how I feel about the dream, bro. It's like, we'll figure out a way. This shit is difficult. All of this shit is difficult. When I'm a rational person, that's why I stopped playing ball, because I realized I wasn't willing to put into the game what I seen other people doing.
Yeah.
But I knew what I wanted to be great. I knew I wanted to do great things. So it's like, which area or avenue are you willing to put in that amount of obsession, that thing that's going to make you be up all night and sacrifice your sleep and your sanity at times? What is that thing? And I found it in this. I found it in the show. And it's like, okay, figure it out then. Push through and keep going.
And it hurt when people don't see it. It's your show though.
Yeah.
And people don't see it the same way you see it.
Yeah.
They're not going to sacrifice as much as you're going to sacrifice. Look at, you got skin in the game. And you just went all in for it because you believe and you believe and you believe. And even when it doesn't, go the way that you want, you still believe. And then other people come in and they here for like a season sometimes. They're not with you no more. But man, that I ain't gonna lie, man. That I had to, because of my mindset, like I used to be the person that'll look down on you.
Yeah.
You just weak. That's all it is. You just weak and you showing it right now. So go ahead and say it like a man. But
you have to understand
that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It hurt me more because now I'm just mad at people and all of that. Because why is nobody, why is nobody at the level that I'm at with this? And I got a lot more empathy, I guess. I think, well, okay, we talked about, said I was gonna be a millionaire by 19, right? Okay, and it didn't happen. I think all of these experiences, though, of the failures and all of that, caused me to be able to feel people more and have more. Like, if you tell, because it used to be, I thought of everything as excuses. It's just excuses, bro. So what, bro? You got 2 eyes, man. You don't need both of them. You know what I'm saying? Just put an eye patch on, let's go.
Yeah, you had to realize, though.
And it's just not realistic. Getting married, having children. You ever wanted your kid to walk? And they don't want to walk?
Come on now.
Like, it's not going to happen. So, you know.
And potty training, too. You're going to see with that boy. Them boys. Oh, yours may be different, but them boys hard to potty train.
For real?
Shh. You know. I got a lot of regrets in the way my
you put it on the wall, didn't you?
No, it's just I would do stuff like me and his mom. It turned into like we just made that whole experience, and I even hate saying this, but we just made that whole experience, I guess, toxic for him. Potty training, like no bullshit. Swear to God, it's like when you introduce like belts and stuff like that, or we didn't ever. Maybe not
in the pot, boy.
Yeah, when you yelling and all that shit, it just turned that shit into a whole.
I can't do it.
Like, he nervous now and all of this shit.
Oh man, now he can't even pee.
Even now, it's like because I empathize with my baby so much. Even now, just looking at his face in my head, like I just like yuck, like that's like a nasty situation, you know, because it's like, wow, you know what's the the meme or whatever this is a video is like your therapist telling you to tell you your trauma and you just show them a picture of your parents.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, like I just added to it.
So do you feel like you got beat up into like by life into like growth? Okay, I'll just say it for me. I feel like my personal growth and all of my lessons and stuff is because I'm hard-headed and I got beat up by life, dude. Like, I mean, relationships that didn't work out and things that failed and disappointments and stuff that I said that I was going to do and it didn't happen. And then that happening again and again because I'm so tough. I'll say it again. I'm still going to do it. And it didn't happen. And all of this stuff, basically, I feel like life, you know, and God just punished me to the point of softening me and making me a better person.
Teaching you. Yeah. That what you just said, that is so much ingrained in me to the point to where I'm in fear that I'm providing too soft of a life for my child at times, right? To where I'm like, he has to make some of these same mistakes because I'm so glad I made these mistakes.
Yeah.
But I battle with this, right? Because on the other end, it's like, no, you learn from him so he didn't have to. But it's like, it ain't nothing like going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't make it you can't make the whole life easy for him. But then at the same time, like, dang, he don't want to eat Vienna sausages and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to know what it's like to have the lights cut off and all of that. But but we gonna have to have some type of adversity for him.
Yeah. Maybe through working out. I think that'll be a good one. That's like the one that I'm working on now. Like, hey, come on, get your ass out here and do some push-ups or something like that. You know, some sit-ups or something until you can't. Like, just turn into that for him. Because I really have, for me, it's only 3 non-negotiables for me and him. It's respect your mother. No matter what you may hear me. I may slip and say something. And if I do, check me. I give him that. Check me. Because he had before. Even now, in his young age, his old age of 7 years old. It's like, don't say that about my mom. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Respect your mother. Read. That's non-negotiable. We read, you know, as many books as we can.
Okay.
He got a bookshelf right in his room in there.
Love it.
That I, you know, pull books from. Read and exercise. Those are my 3 non-negotiables. Respect, read, exercise.
Okay.
You know.
So, do you feel like your fitness, how can I say it? I got some very inflammatory thoughts on that. I ain't gonna lie. And because fitness is very high on but I feel like, man, a fit person lives a whole different life.
Yeah.
Than somebody who's out of shape. And they don't know because they're out of shape. They don't even understand that it's a picture of your mind. In my opinion, your body is a picture of your mind.
Yeah.
So I can look at a person and tell a whole lot about their habits and everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so fitness is definitely.
Oh man, I mean, listen.
You didn't have to tell me you lazy. I can look at you and tell you lazy.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know. That shit is I know it's cliche to say, but that fitness is a medicine almost for me. That shit is so needed, and it's been that way for me since I was a kid.
It's a real medicine, actually.
Like for me, since I was a kid, my mother, I didn't have to come in when the street lights came on. I had to come in when mom would tell me, go out there and run, do as much as you can run that shit off, because I ain't finna deal with it in the house. You know what I mean? Like even now, I have to do that exact same thing in my adult age. I have to go out and burn off this energy and challenge myself. It'll be times when I'm working out, no bullshit, that I'll just like start like bawling, crying. I don't even know why. Like it ain't because
that
I'm
happened to me. Crying in the gym is a whole different level, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. So I mean, for me, it's like it's just necessary.
Yeah,
that's kind of where I stand with that shit. But man, I'm glad you came on the show today. It's always a great conversation with you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, it's always a great conversation with you. It's always a good time to have you on, man. I think maybe I think you should get more consistent being in front of the camera though, talking, on your phones, doing your talks and all of that.
Yeah, I will.
I think that's something that could get you to a place or wherever you're trying to go, be it in business or whatever. Like stand in front of the camera, getting consistent, planning, thinking out your thoughts. You may be getting a little bit more organized in the way you deliver it and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
When I say organized, I mean just a schedule of, and then that shit, it may not even be fun to you after you start doing that shit.
I thought about it before. I mean, I had the opportunity to like make money, off social media before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's because I feel like not everybody has like the personality for it. Some people are boring, and that's okay.
Yeah, facts.
And I definitely feel like I could get engagement and stuff, but I don't. Sometimes I'm just like, or then sometimes I'm like, man, who want to listen to me?
Yeah, you would think, right? Until you get the messages like, man, you ain't putting nothing out this week. What the fuck happened, bro?
True.
Like, yeah. No, because you got a lot, man. You got a lot that a motherfucker could aspire to. Even with just the fact that you're a family man, figuring it out, and your vulnerability and your openness. So, yeah, I would like to see more of it. For sure.
Want to know how to do it wrong? Hit me up.
Come on now. But yeah, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Appreciate you, brother, man.
Yes, sir. Listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast, where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time. What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast, where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And today, I want to get personal. I want to talk to you about a whole slew of things. And most importantly, I want this to be a moment for all of us to escape together, for us to communicate on topics and ideas and things and concepts and, philosophy on what's going on in the world. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about just life in general? I want this to be our personal time where me and you communicate with each other. And if you've been watching this show up until this point, you know that a lot of my shows consist of me having an interview style format where I sit down and I talk to people. But today I just want to get more personal with my audience. And I want to talk more with you all on my feelings on things. And I have this thing, right, where I write in my phone notes, just ideas and concepts as they come to me, whether I'm driving, whether I'm in the shower. I consistently write down these things and these ideas and these concepts, and they often come to me. So today I want to share a few of those with you. And the first one is purpose. For so long, I thought about what my purpose is. I spent all of my teenage years, or no, even before that, I spent, the first question they always ask you is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or what do you want to do when you grow up? And I feel like that alone is one of the most important questions to ask a kid, and put that idea in their head. So as they grow older, that's something that's always there to give them at least a direction in which to go. But even before my teenage years, I always thought to myself, what is my purpose? What am I here for? What do I want to do? And a moment of transparency, there would be times when that idea, when that question would be posed, it would create anxiety in my life and within myself. I always knew at the core of who I am and what I am, I'm a servant. So in knowing that my purpose is to be of service in some sort of way to my people, to the people of the world, I again could at least take that and move forward with concepts and ideas on how do I want to make my impact on the world. Purpose is such a unique thing to consider because in most religious texts and all organized forms of religion are just the idea, concepts of who we are as a people in the world. If you sit back, then you will understand that a lot of these themes and idea center around togetherness, and we are all one, and we are all of the same being and same energy, uh, a quilt or a beam or of light and energy simultaneously interacting with one another. When you can wrap your head around that idea of who we are, or when you wrap your head around that idea of who or what we are and that concept, then you realize sometimes, and it can be maddening, I know that, but that your purpose means nothing, or who you are or what you want to be means nothing. You are but a speck or a beam of light in the biggest form of light that is us as a whole. And in understanding that, I think when I watch people, actors and philosophers and people, I study these people. I read Marcus Aurelius, his writings, and I even watched, like, to me, some of the most profound people in modern society are comedians. I think we'll look back on people like Dave Chappelle, Jim Carrey, whoever, just throw a comedian. We'll look back on those people and we'll say some of these people were some of the most profound thinkers of our time, and um, really they constructed, not constructed. What am I thinking? Really, they were the orators of all what life is and what we are experiencing in modern times, from a political standpoint all the way to just a social standpoint. These people created things and concepts in order to entertain you and make you laugh around what's going on in these times. So before I get too off track, when I think about um, my purpose and where I land, uh, I I think about a person like Jim Carrey when I seen him going on his spiritual journey of enlightenment and understanding what we are. I feel like he realized in the moment that, oh, this life of mine, this existence, it means nothing. I think that can do one of two. Understanding that in the grand scheme of things, from the conceptualization of the earth, if you believe in Big Bang or creation of God, whatever, that God created, whatever you believe in, from the conceptualization of earth, or even not even just the earth itself. We could just start from modern man as we know to now. Our existence is but a speck in time. 80 years is nothing. 100 years from now, we they won't even know our names. So when considering what is my purpose, who am I, what should I be doing, while simultaneously understanding that this existence is just a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of things, it can start to become depressing, falling into that trap. You know, something that I have, and I have this vainness about myself that I I'll say this. If no one else believes in me, I'll believe in me. That's that's out. I've always been my biggest supporter. And some people, oh, it's narcissist. Oh, he's this. Oh, is this, like, there was no one else to support. Who else was going to support me more than I support myself? Who else will love me more than I love myself? And that's a practice of mine that I'm thankful early on that my mama gave to me. And she gave it to me by telling me stuff like, oh, you handsome, look at you. You special, you're smart, always pouring into me. And I find myself doing that to my son all the time. So in considering my purpose, is always this, I just always ponder, what should I be doing? How should I be doing? And as of late, and if it's forever changing, but as of late, I feel like my purpose is still to be of service, but more specifically to be of service to the people willing to accept what I have to say, as well as, being the best father I can to my son. Um, I want to talk about imagination. Um, I am 33 years old. I just turned 33 December 2nd. Last year in 2025, I turned 33 years old. And something that I'm figuring out is that as I get older, the people around me, my friends, my loved ones that are in my age group, we're slowly but surely losing our imagination. That thing in us that made us feel like, oh, I can be an astronaut, or oh, I can be the president, or I can be a basketball player. That spark, that feeling in us that made us feel that we could be that. I see the people around me slowly losing themselves, and I look into their eyes and I see uh, that spark and these are people I've known 20 plus years. That spark that I once seen is slowly fading away once they're settling into this life of parenting, of responsibilities, of bills. And I just want to grab them by the shoulder sometime and shake them and let them know that you should never stop dreaming. You should never lose your imagination. You should always be looking for the next thing, because once you lose that imagination, that youthfulness that comes with imagination, then your existence, your life in turn becomes a a snowball of grief and anger and resentment and bitterness. And I just want to encourage everybody listening right now: never lose your imagination. Never lose that thing in you that made you feel like you could operate at the highest of highs, and no matter what, even if you were only 5 feet, and you knew, even if your dad was 5'2" and your mom was 5 foot, even 5 feet, even you knew that uh, hey, somewhere I'm going to grow 7 more inches and go to the NBA. That thing that had made you have hoop dreams, that made you want to be in the NFL. Don't lose that about yourself. Just rechannel that energy into something else, some sort of way. You know, don't give up. And I hate to sound like I'm preaching at somebody or trying to be motivational, but there's always things to do. I'm in a process now of trying to go back to get um, um, I have my master's, my MBA, but I'm going back to get my DBA, which means that uh, sooner than later, in the next 3 to 4 years, you all will be calling me Dr. T, you know, and never stop dreaming, never stop learning, keep your ambition. And that's what I've been doing as of late, just always pushing more and more and more, and trying to pushing my mental, my physical, my spiritual, my emotional, just always. And it starts. Listen, it does. You don't have to be like me and get on a bike and pedal and ride my stationary bike for 10 miles, then run 3 miles, then do a whole host of fucking ridiculous workouts that push you push your body to its limits. You don't have to be like that. You could just go for a walk. You could just that can build your physical up. You don't have to be like me and you know consume hella audiobooks and try to read as much as I can. I've been slacking on my reading. I have vowed to read 100 pages a day, but that time just won't permit. But you don't have to be like me and do these types of things. Just read a book, read a page, figure it out. Get up, learn to knit. So just don't lose your imagination. Don't lose that thing in you that made that made you want to chase those dreams and do that. It's just, I know it's easier said than done, but it's baby steps. You know, I remember thinking that when I started a savings account years ago, and I just would put $10 a week in, and then I can remember starting that savings account, just putting $10 a week in, $10 or just $10 a week, $10 a week, and how thinking like, oh, it's so insignificant. But over time, you know, that $10 it built up into something better. And as I was able to make more money, I started to put more money into that savings. And, you know, that's kind of like how life works. In the same way that you made that deposit of money into your account, your checking account or your savings account, you make that deposit into you from a physical standpoint, from a mental standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, from a standpoint of just romantic relationships and love. Just always try to be intentional about pouring into who you are. Discipline is such a strange thing. Um, Discipline is such a strange thing because it's in order to have discipline, you need to have self accountability. And what makes the idea of discipline so strange to me is that that when you're alone, every day you wake up, you're alone. And you may have someone sleeping beside you, but I mean just inside of your body, you're alone. And you have you consistently make choices. No matter where you are, you consistently make choices. You make a choice to do go left, go right, eat, whatever you do, you make a choice to do something, right? And those choices, each individual choice is a could those individual choices in turn turns into a combination of of your day. And that day turns into week, and that week turns into weeks, and then months, then so on and so forth. And what makes to me in my mind as I think about discipline and what it is, what makes it so strange is that, or just such a weird concept is that the repetitive nature of it and and choosing this consistent repetition in order to reach a certain goal and making those, like I said earlier, those little deposits every day. But in saying all of that, I just think just it's such a weird concept because as humans, um, we don't I don't even know if that's in our nature. Discipline. I think that's something that I think the idea, the concept of discipline is just a product of organized life now. I don't feel like hunter gatherers or our early ancestors. I don't feel like discipline. Their life required discipline. I feel like we now, because of the nature of our existence, require discipline in order to reach a common goal. Versus them, there was a time when discipline for them, or no, there was a time for them it's just I eat, I survive. But for us, and the idea of how we are now and what we want and these goals that we set for ourselves that f- stretch far beyond just eat, survive, repopulate, we had to develop something that allowed for us to meet those goals, which is in this case is discipline. And that's why it's so weird to me. That's why sometimes my brain doesn't register discipline and what it is. But I will say this, and I read this about discipline. Doesn't require Discipline doesn't require you to be at 100% every day. But what it does require is for you to show up every day. And even on those days when you can give 20% or you can only give 20%, you give it and you show up every day, every day, every day. And I love that concept and that idea of what discipline is. And it's allowed me in my life up until this point to succeed at a high level in certain areas of my life. So I can definitely appreciate discipline and what it is. And I, you know, I've been struggling with what divine alignment means for me, or just alignment in general, but specifically divine alignment. And that goes into the conversation I had about purpose, but my divine alignment. Am I preparing myself right now in this physical plane of existence that I live in? Am I preparing myself right now to receive the blessings that God has for me? Am I preparing myself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? And if I don't prepare myself, will those blessings in turn become lessons which still become blessings in the first place? It's I'm just trying to align with who I want to be or who I need to be. That is the goal, right? Making an attempt to be the version of myself that I knew I always wanted to be and operate at the highest levels. I think that's most important. I think that in my journey of trying to find alignment, um, I've in turn also in my journey of trying to find alignment, I've also been enlightened. And all days aren't good days, but I do find myself looking like I'm the kid. I understand. I don't like cats, but I understand cats. See, I don't. Okay, so let me tell you, there was this cat that where I grew up. Growing up, I would see this cat, and there would be times when I would just see this cat like out in the middle of the field, just kind of just staring at the grass, just looking into the grass, always. I'm like, what is he looking for? It was just, you know, middle of the day, rain, sleet, snow. This cat would just be in the field looking at the grass. And I don't like cats, but that cat, I understood well because that cat it was me. It's like, oh, that thing does what I do. The pontification of it all, the part of the mind that allows me to travel away and think of ideas and concepts while actively existing. And sometimes I feel like um, I remove myself from my body and I'm overlooking everything that's going on and trying to figure out my direction. And sometimes when I try to put it out in words, it doesn't always come out in the way that I need it to be. But I know what I mean. And that also led me at times to just be quiet or be silent about what I actually feel, which that could also be a place of misery as well. But alignment and understanding who I am and where I am and positioning myself in a place. And let me finish up the idea of the cat. The cat. So I would see him out in the field, and I always would think to myself, "What the fuck is this cat doing?" And I related to the cat so well. And I would see this cat in the middle of the field, just kind of always just looking around, just always looking at you know, at the grass, and I'm like, what the fuck is this cat doing? And it wasn't until one day when I realized, and I associated myself so much with that cat. And I'm like, this is my spirit animal. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is what I do. You know, and I would think this consistently and constantly all the time about this cat, and I would see this cat doing what it's doing. It wasn't until one day I see this cat, you know, out of the field, just bouncing along as cats do, and he had a mouse in his mouth. And I said, "Oh, okay." And it registered to me. And I told my mom about this. She was like, "That cat just out there looking in the field for mice. He's hunting, he's trying to go eat." It's like, oh, I had built my life, and what I observed this cat doing. I built my life all around that, and I associated myself so much with him, just to realize that he was just doing, what he should be doing in his regular nature. He's just in nature trying to eat, and I think that's what we as humans do. We have this perception that we create of the people that we want to be, or that we know, or that we observe from afar, just to realize that thing, or that what you feel or what you see is not what you want at all. it's not even what you're observing, because the perception that you have in that moment is your reality, but it's not that person that you're observing. It's not their reality. And I think we need to wrap our head around that, or I at least need to wrap my head around that, and stop the idea of comparison, or stop associating myself with what I observe, and remove myself from that. I spend so many days just before I go to sleep just contemplating creation and life, and wishing for a life of abundance, and uh, trying to see if that life of abundance will get me to a place one day where I'm finally happy, where I'm finally free. And you hear the celebrities, the millionaires, and all these people is like, "Oh no, it'll never get you there. You'll never be happy." But there's still this need to want to see myself and figure it out myself, because we all feel I'll do it a different way, but you never know. Um, It's like I'm constantly on this journey of trying to obtain that happiness, and I want to be there. Ma used to call me sad eyes. My mother would look at me and say, "I never know what you're thinking. You always seem so sad. You always seem like so much going on up there. Are you okay? Are you okay?" And it wasn't until I had my own kid when I realized what she meant, because my kid has my exact face and he does that. And it's like, "Hey, baby, like, what's wrong? What's wrong?" And I would get so annoyed with my mom when she would ask me that. But it's not until now that I realized what she meant. But the whole time, for me personally, I was just in my head thinking of better, wanting more, being better. What does the highest version of myself look like? And contemplating creation, and contemplating, you know, hurt and harm, and the state of the world, and asking why. Why does child trafficking exist? Why does murder exist? Why are people willing to cause harm? Why do we exist on a planet where there's so many resources, but we refuse to share those resources, and we hoard them, and we decide like, mine, mine, mine. I worked, I worked, I worked. You know, I don't. I just, yeah, that's what I think about. But then also, that's in the micro, but in the macro, in the grand scheme of things, I'm on fucking Jupiter somewhere, or I'm, thinking about the fact that we're in a fucking ast- shooting gallery, as far as like asteroids, at any day we could be taken out, and civilization that never exists. So does it all really even matter, is what I ask myself. I can in my youth, when I was, as a kid, I'll say, be more specific. As a kid, I was so accepting of the idea of change. But as I've grown older and developed in some areas this level of complacency, I realized that change terrifies me. I've realized that uprooting and doing it all over and starting all over, it terrifies me. That's on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm willing to destroy all of this shit in order to create better circumstances for myself if I deem that necessary. So it's this constant war in my mind and in my life of these two things, these two beings clashing and battling with each other. And that's why a, a lot of who I am and who I'm becoming, that's why it can be confusing to somebody on the outside looking in. That's why when you when the moves that I make at times, it can maybe seem like the moves of a madman or somebody who could be manic, you know. But I would like to think, I think I need to work on my mental health, but I don't think I'm manic. It's funny because the mother of my child, she'll always ask me. It's one of her favorite things. Like, "Hey, are you manic right now?" Because she thinks I'm a psychopath. But that's beside the point. Um, there'll be these moments where, you know, I'm in a space where I'm battling with the idea of change, but fully ready to embrace what change is. And to me, when you can exist in those spaces of when you can sit right in the middle of of when you can sit right in the middle of change and willing to change and destroy it all and terrified of the change, when you can sit right in that middle, when you can straddle that space, that middle point, I feel like you are opening up an avenue, a world of high level creation, you know, high level understanding. You will be the person that creates the thing that's going to revolutionize whatever space you exist in. And that's why I try to exist in that midpoint, you know, of being both terrified while simultaneously willing to to redo it all. Of course, while being calculated and not being impulsive as well. But you know, we don't have to consider all the variables. But yes, change and being intentional. Intentionality is so important. Making the decision to be intentional about what you do and how you do it, whether it's in romantic relationships, whether it's in mental health or whatever, just being intentional, taking the time to to taking the time in a world where everything is so instant and so popcorn, microwave popcorn, just taking the time to just let it simmer and let it that meal slowly cook and that idea slowly cook into, you know, this dish that will provide substance and nourish you and please you and make you happy, or this idea that will grow into something great and big. I think that's one of the a lost art, something that we've lost in the now. You know, I think that's something that we've lost, just intentionality, being intentional. And I try my best to be intentional. I try to practice, you know, mindfulness, not be a glutton in the moment, whether it's a glutton to food or you know, what just not be a glutton in the moment and understand that, hey, uh, there's a short distance between who I want to be or what I want to be and um as far as the highest level of myself and the worst version of myself. There's a very fine line between those things and a very short distance between those things. And just a few corrective measures or a few mistakes could lead to me being at rock bottom or me being the highest version of myself and just understanding that, you know. And that's how I've been feeling as of late. I want to I want to end the show by uh talking about faith. I want to talk about faith. I want to talk about um faith and how over and over and over my faith has saved my life. Um these past few years for me have been nothing. I mean, my whole entire life has been challenging, but these past few years have been some of the most challenging moments in my life. And without faith, without faith in God, without faith in myself, and faith in that all these things are happening for a reason, I don't know if I could have made it. I don't know if I could have become the person that I am now with this mental fortitude and with this this strength that I am able to have. I don't know if without my faith if I could have that. So I owe it all to my faith. And I think that's one of the first few things that when you go into challenging circumstances, you should consider. Consider faith. Before you go into these challenging circumstances, consider faith. Consider love, consider faith, and being intentional as you move. Because um, never allow faith. Yeah, just keep faith. Keep faith and be purposeful, be intentional, lead with love in the best way you can. Um, I hope that I can be somebody's voice of reason. And if you still listening up until this point, if you feel kind of down on yourself, just remember who you are, man. Just remember how difficult it was to for you to exist. Remember how difficult it was for the conception of you as a human being, how difficult that was to create within itself, and you growing inside of your mother's womb, how difficult all of that was for you just to be here now, to have your own mind, your own brain, and just be able to think and move. Just consider that. Don't ever consider how difficult that was, and just do your best to not quit. That's it. That's all I have, I think. Man, I appreciate y'all. I want to give just a special shout out to you all, the people who DM me, the people who like the show, the people who subscribe, the people who check me out every week consistently. I just want to give a big shout out to you all. You keep me doing this. This you have saved my life. The people who watch my show, the people who consume my show, you saved my life in so many ways, more ways than you can understand. Because this process of thinking of a show and putting the show out um, and editing, thinking of a show, editing, shooting the show, editing the show, putting the show out. This whole process of doing it is something that I do by myself. There's nobody else here. There's nobody else behind the cameras. It's just me. It's just me and sometimes my guests. And we just sit here and talk. And I do all the edits myself. I taught myself how to do all of this stuff. So to have somebody, you know, watch and consume it, that shows me that the reward, that's the reward for me. Like, oh, they are paying attention. They do, like, especially when you comment, when you love. Special shout out to Adam. I know you're probably listening right now, man. If you are, um, and if you don't know Adam, he's one of my biggest supporters who always comment on the show. He's somebody who's spoken with me personally outside of the show. He's a nurse, and he's helped me, gave me advice with my mom, and just been uh, all open to giving me some feedback. So great, good people, great people, just like that. And I have several of you all that's been doing that and become family to me in so many ways than more than what you realize, just by watching it and continuously showing up. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And thank you doesn't even suffice. It won't. I mean, it can't even begin to describe how grateful I am. Because who am I, right? You know. But listen, this is the ChoppedByT podcast where we get real, raw, authentic conversations. Until next time. Hey, yo, son.
Yes.
Kick a freestyle.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I'm a good boy. Yeah, I know everything. And yeah, I'm a good guy. I'm a boy. I'm a smart boy. I can know. Yeah, I'm a S.
It's very true. Thank you for coming on my show, baby.
Welcome.
You love me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
How about a little respect? Pop.
I already know respect, dude.
Pop, you want me to do the intro? Yes. Can I do the intro?
Yes.
All right, don't mess with the mic. What's up? What's up? This is the ChoppedByT podcast. We'll get real, raw, authentic conversations. I'm your host, T. And to the right of me, we have my handsome, my amazing, my wonderful son. Tell him what's up, baby.
What's up?
I got some questions I want to ask you. Can I ask you some questions?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for being respectful on that. It's amazing.
No problems.
Yep. Okay. First question. Question number 1. Okay. Do you love me?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know you love me? What makes in your mind make you feel like you love me?
Maybe I just like you and you're the best.
Oh, I'm the best? You think I'm the best? What do I do to make you think I'm the best? Like the best father in the world?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, I got another question for you. Can I ask it?
Yes, sir.
How can I be a better dad?
You just got to be rich and get mommy some money.
Okay.
And you can be a good father.
Okay, that's all it takes. That's all I need.
Just
Okay.
money.
Okay, just money. You think I'm broke?
No, you're not broke.
I'm not broke, but I need more money though to give to your mommy.
Yeah, because mom's broke.
Mom's broke? You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Moving right along. Don't hit that, Bubs. Don't hit that. Look, I want to ask you, do you think that daddy is happy or sad? Like when you look at me and when you see me all the time, do you think that I'm happy or do you think I'm sad?
Happy and also sad.
Oh, I'm sad sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
How does it make you feel when you see that I'm sad?
I make you feel better.
Yeah, you do make me feel better, but how does it make you feel when you see the daddy sad?
Frustrated.
Frustrated? What's going on? Here, come on, get back behind the mic. You said it makes you feel frustrated?
Yeah, because you're sad. Because I want to make you proud and happy.
Thank you, Pop. But you know, can I tell you something?
Yes.
It's you always make me proud, regardless. Okay. And I'm sorry that sometimes when when daddy's sad, that it makes you frustrated and that you feel like you should make me happy. Okay. Because it's not your job to make me happy. You already make me happy, actually. Do you know that? Every time I see you, what do I say as soon as I see you?
I'm sad.
No, I say I'm sad when I see you. I don't say I'm sad.
Every single time.
Every single time, Bob?
Yes.
Well, I need to do better then. I thought I always told you that I love you and I'm so happy to see you when I see you. I don't say that?
Well, today.
Today? Well, I was happy to see you today.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll do better, all right?
All right.
All right. Next question. We're moving through these questions pretty quick. These are things that I always wanted to ask you. Because you do know that you're important to me, right? Okay. Do you remember the first time you met me?
Yes.
What happened? Do you remember what color shirt I was wearing? Don't scrub that, Pop. You don't remember?
Yeah, I remember a sweater.
It was a sweater? Okay.
And it was dark blue.
It was dark blue. That was the first time we met each other. Do you remember what else happened? What do you remember from that day?
That night you picked me up and you also made me happy. And then I said hello, Dad, and give you a hug, and yeah.
Yeah, that's how you remember. Were we in the hospital?
No, I was at my mom's house.
I think it was the hospital.
I think. Maybe in mom's right next to the door, I think.
Yeah. Do you remember who else was there?
Who?
I'm asking, do you remember?
Mom, that's mom.
Just mom? Yeah. G-Daddy was there too. Yeah.
Oh, at the doctor?
Yep.
Oh, wait, I remember. I was a baby.
Yeah.
And everyone, and Najee and Kiana and Dad and Granny, and also Mommy was on the what's it called?
In the doctor's room?
Mm.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And Mommy was on the bed, on the hospital bed. Yep.
And then boom, I was a baby.
Yep.
And they start to wash my hair so they don't so I don't get bloody.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a very long and stressful day for Daddy.
You was feeling very, very sad. Very, very happy.
I was very happy, extremely happy.
Next question.
Okay. How do you feel about grandma being sick? My mom. How do you feel about her being sick?
She just can't walk.
How do you feel about her being sick though?
Sad.
You feel sad about grandma being sick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you wish she could talk and stuff more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she could talk a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But and also grandma don't my grandma don't know. I told my grandma
Mm-hmm.
and I told her you said Maverick.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't say anything back.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah. What's your favorite book right now?
The turkey.
The turkey book? Yeah. Do you remember the name of it?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Turkey's Thanksgiving. That's a good book.
What's his name?
His name was Turkey, I think. That's a pretty good book, right?
Turkey the Turkey. Anyone will call him Cortland.
Maybe. Okay. Last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Does Daddy make you happy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for coming on my show, Bubs.
No worries.
Come here. Give me some love, baby. You gonna take that chain off? Man, if you're still watching or listening up until this point, I want to say thank you. That was just a conversation between me and my son. We often have those types of conversations. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of the little person that he's becoming. This little baby has grown into this little young, I don't want to say young man because I don't want to rush him, but this little young dude, like I'm so passionate about him. I can remember, well, I want to reflect on everything that you heard prior to that me and him had a chance to talk about because just as well as some of that stuff that I heard from him is new to me as well. This is my first time ever hearing that. I always wanted to ask him these little questions, but that's my first time hearing that. Things like, I don't know, he gets frustrated knowing that I'm sad. Like that was an eye opener to me. And that was actually, I almost cut all of this out. I almost did not, I almost trashed this episode because that's such a vulnerable thing to hear or to experience or even hear from my son. The fact that in his mind right now, he thinks he gets frustrated at the fact that I'm sad and he wants to make me happy. But before I get into all of that, I just want to talk about, um, what an experience this has been, fatherhood. I always wanted to be a dad. I always wanted to be the best father that I could. I knew that I would be a father. I never really seen myself doing a lot of stuff, but being a dad, if I ever was blessed to have a child, being a dad is something that I always wanted to be. And I wanted to be the best dad that I could be. I wanted to, everything that I didn't get, every experience that I didn't have, I wanted to ensure that my son had that at the highest levels. You know, if you know a little bit about me, or maybe you do, maybe you don't, maybe you've been listening, maybe this is the first time you've ever listened, I feel like I lacked a lot coming up. And when I say lack, I'm not talking about like material things. I'm talking about like guidance. And for whatever reason, because I had great mentors coming up, like people like my cousin Rico, my cousin Mark, those people guided me and helped me growing up. And I take my hat off to them. But when I say that, I mean, they only taught me what they could teach me as far as survival and being like a man and strong. But I think to take it a step further, what I needed was maybe the opportunity to, I don't know, maybe something that could have helped me. I don't want to say that either because what they did teach me, what they taught me helped me become the man that I am today. And I just had to build off of it. But maybe those little growing pains I could have avoided. Like, I'll give you an example. Uh, I want to say this in a way that's not like disrespectful towards them, but none of them that were hustlers and all of that growing up, they didn't, it wasn't like teaching me how to a corporate job or maneuver in that or how to maneuver in college or how to network outside of like a street element. I never had that. They never had the tools to teach me that. And I don't blame them. I'm not discrediting them because what they taught me was some of the most valuable lessons that I could have ever learned. It's something that I couldn't learn in the classroom. But the things that I feel like I needed, maybe like I wish I had a father like me, like that could sit me down and train me in football and take me to these camps. They did what they could. My cousin Rico, he would sit me out in the yard and lift weights with me and work with me and get me to do push-ups and show me little different things and you know encourage me. And I appreciated that because you know I needed that as well. But sometimes I wish that I had you know somebody in my life that could have gave me a little bit more. And I accomplished a lot with the things that I was given. But if I had someone like the father that I am that could have stepped in and like, put his arm around me, I think I would have been light years ahead. But I'm not bashing anybody. It's just that's kind of like my feelings. But even hearing him say what he said in this episode kind of made me reflect on myself and what am I doing incorrect. And that's another thing too. I've been able to, up until this point, to hold court with my son, to make him feel like an equal piece to this puzzle that is our life. I've been blessed with the understanding to be able to give him that and not treat him lesser or look down on him. He has a voice, as you can see as we speak to one another on this episode. He has a voice, and I allow him to have that. I want to take it back to when I first seen him, fatherhood, and what that meant to me. I think becoming a dad was like, oh man, like becoming a dad was pure. It was euphoric. It was me. I mean, even now to this day, when I have the chance to embrace him, because he's older now, he's like a little boy now, so it's like a lot of the hugs and stuff like that. He calls me weird when I try to hug him and kiss him and all of that. So when I do get that, which is now it's kind of far and few between, when I'm able to sneak that in and get that love from him, it's like a little dopamine hits. It's like drugs, every time I get a chance to hug him, it brightens my day. He's like my reset from a tough day. And it's been like that since the first time I held him in my arms. I'll never forget. The tears was welling up in my eyes, and I was trying to be tough and hold it back. And he had came out of his mom, and he got like skin to skin with her, and they gave me a chance to hold him. And that's what he was talking about. And I don't know how he knows that, by the way, where he said that I had on like a blue shirt. I may cut that part out of the episode, but in this episode, and please, God, if you listen to, he was nervous. So give him a little grace, but he was nervous. But I did have on a blue shirt the first time I held him. And he always says that you had on a blue shirt the first time we met each other. But to be able to hold him and look into his eyes was magical. It was nothing short of amazing. And it's hard to even describe that feeling. And I was holding my son for the first time, understanding that, and this may sound cliche, but I don't care, but because it's true, that there will be very few things in my life that will be equal to the amount of happiness that I feel right now. And to this day, that thought still holds true. And I've done some pretty amazing things up until this point. I've had a chance to experience a lot of things, and none of that compares to being able to hold his little body and have this skin to skin and just have him on. None of that compares. None of the things that I've done compare to that. And I'm just I'm just happy to be a dad, man. And that's why I don't know. I feel like we're heading into a space now, fathers, I mean, or parents, period, where we, with the internet, with access, with things that's going on, I feel like we have, I don't want to say different, but it feels like much bigger challenges than what our parents had to go through because of the access. And it's scary, and I'm afraid. And it's literally one of my stressors. But I do find happiness in knowing that no matter what, the bond between me and my son trumps and will trump a lot of things that the outside could ever possibly influence. And that comes from me just giving him love continuously. Something that for a lot of our men is far and few between. Love, I mean. I remember holding my son for the first time. and feeling in my mind that I probably wasn't going to be enough for him, feeling like that I could never measure up to what a father should be for a son. I remember this. And I remember thinking about this for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was intentional in my mind about being as patient as I could with both him and his mom as I could. I wanted to be patient, and if I couldn't do anything else, I could, one, lead with love, but also have an open mind and remove my own personal feelings away from whatever circumstances that could be going on with them. And I remember this, and I remember having to check my ego at the door every single time. And that was one of the most challenging experiences for me because I envisioned this her pregnancy and post pregnancy being a certain way. And when it didn't go that way, I would feel as if I was a failure and that I was failing him. And I didn't want to fail him in a way that I was failed. And yeah, that would bother me. That would get me anxious. That was a source of my anxiety for a long time. And it wasn't until I was very insecure about being a father, and it wasn't until one day his mother came and told me, "Hey, I just want to say thank you for being how you are and being such a great father." And I was taken aback because I never expected that coming from her, but also I had felt so inadequate throughout the process up until this point, and we're a few months in. I had felt like I wasn't doing enough, and she thanked me, and I don't know where that came from, but it wasn't until then when I finally felt like maybe I could do these things, maybe I could be a father, and my insecurities didn't leave, but that at least made me feel good about the direction that I was going in. But fatherhood, man, if you're listening, I mean, if you're not a parent, if you're a father, if you're a mother, even if you're not, even if you want to be or you hope to be, I hope that you gain something from this and what this is. And if you're a dad that's struggling right now listening to this with the mother of your child, I want to tell you that at the end of the day, the only person who suffers from the conflict is the child. So it's best to leave the ego at the door as much as you can. And I know that sounds simple. It's not easy. I know I make it sound easy by saying it, but get the right information and proceed as best you can in the circumstances and do what you can, because if not, you know, your son or your daughter, they'll be the one suffering at the end of the day. All because two people refuse to put their ego in check. And that's the thing too. That's another thing. People don't talk about how hard parenting is. And a big part of parenting has nothing to do with the child. It's about communication between the parents. And I'm no expert because I fall short often. But I always try to do two things: lead with love and be open to understanding. And also, when I became a father, a big part of me was checking my ego and treating this situation as, or seeing my son as belonging to his mother. And I'll tell you what I mean when I say that. It's not pandering to a woman, but I have to remove myself from, oh, that's mine, to that's hers, and leave my ego at the door, because she carried him for so long, and that bond between them was so deep and so strong. If I had allowed myself to lead with ego and say, hey, I had help in making him as well, and be so forceful about my opinions and what I felt and what I wanted, then it would have never gave me the understanding that I have now, which is, or the understanding that I had in the moment, which is, hey, this is a baby that she carried for 9 months. I have to be cognizant that in order to gain trust from her, I personally, as a man, have to prove that I'm capable of doing what she already is instinctually and naturally able to do, which is nurture the child. And I did the best that I could, I feel, to give her that security. And I left my ego at the door. And that's just for the sake of my son. There's nothing that I would not do for my baby. But to go off of what me and baby talked about, it was an eye opener. I'm happy that I've facilitated a strong enough bond between me and him that he's able to communicate with me on his feelings and what he feels and how he feels. And now, in knowing that a lot of the time when I'm wearing my feelings, that it bothers him as well, I can have some corrective action on my part as a father, because he's not just a person who should just shut up and listen. He's mine, and I'm just figuring this shit is not a one size fits all as well. You know, relationships, fatherhood, motherhood is not a one size fits all. It's dependent upon the child. I just so happen to be blessed with having a literal copy of me in every way, from the the way he learns, his mindset, his look. I have a literal copy of me, and I was blessed with that, and I can identify that, and it's scary knowing that, by the way, because I wasn't always the easiest kid to, to raise. I know that. I understand that I was very difficult for my mother at times. But in knowing that, who he is and how he's so much like me, I can at least identify some of the things before they come. So I lucked up in that. But regardless, I think that it's important for everyone, every single person that is listening, that's watching, and that's a parent, that's in a relationship, that wants to be a parent one day, to just be able to lead with love and understanding while simultaneously checking your ego at the door. That can save you a lot of conflict and confusion. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't have the blueprint. I don't have the plan. I don't know how you can be successful at this, but what I do know is that um as you watch that baby grow into, you know, 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old, and eventually going to school, as you watch that, there's nothing that compares to that. But I do want to be I do want to be aware of how I moving forward with my baby. Because you don't know this because you're watching it. So to you, this is all in one sequence. But I had to wait a day and rewatch the conversation between me and him, so that, or not a day, almost a day. It's been 12 hours to watch the conversation between me and him in order to just wrap my head around